Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Peyton Counts. I work in the traditional healing program for the Voice for It band. And tonight we're welcoming Linda EagleSpeker back. She's going to lead us in a mind, body, spirit training. So she's going to talk a little bit about meditation, the importance of breath work, and how taking care of ourselves really helps center ourselves, and just kind of meditation and the importance of those things. And so I think it's really important, as winter is kind of dragging on. We're getting to that part of winter where people are kind of sick of it being winter, yet we still have to keep going a little bit. And so I think this will be a really great way for people to just kind of learn some new skills to be able to take with them and use wherever and whenever. We'll be on this call for about an hour. We'll finish up around 7. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, message me, ask Linda yourself. It's going to be just kind of an organic conversation, and kind of Linda will take the reins and lead it through. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, anything like that for future programming, or want to connect with me, feel free to connect with me via email or phone. You probably have it on the flyer. And then for those who can't make it, I will put this on our YouTube page, which I've created. It's called Voice for It Traditional Healing Program. And so you'll be able to go back on that and see all of the videos and events that we've hosted on Zoom so far. So go ahead, take it away, Linda.
Okay. Okay, nitsokwa. Nisa anasta na tuwikinaki. Gistua is about the beast no sin. And what I said was a typical Blackfoot reading. I'm a member of the Blackfoot Confederacy from Southern Alberta in Canada. And I speak my language fluently. I also write my language. I've been in Minnesota for about 15 years. Followed my husband here, actually. My husband's people are originally from Oklahoma and Muskogee Creeks. But like so many of our people, there was a time when our people were transported off the reservations and they were brought to a lot of these big cities. And so my husband's people, they were brought to a city called Detroit. And back in those days, they made ammunition, the shells, long shells. I was just thinking about that and thinking about this morning and things that were going on. So I just wanted to make sure that I greeted you, first of all, by saying Oki. And if you were to spell that in my language, you would spell it with O-K-I. Our K sounds like a G, but it's Oki. And that just means that I greet you. I welcome your spirit. It just doesn't mean hello, how are you, anything like that. Our languages are so in depth and they're so sacred. And all of the words that I told you, I said, Oki, Nitsokwa. All of my relations, all of you that are watching, all of the elders, all of the adults, all of the adolescents, all of the young ones that are here, even if your children are watching, I welcome them also too as my relative. And that's really something that's very unique about our people. No matter where you go, you have family. We have a special thing that we call the moccasin telegraph. And that moccasin telegraph sends messages, and we don't need to have electronics and we don't need to have phones. But our messages actually leave one place and they'll travel with a family. Whether it's on a powwow trail or a singing trail or any type of presentation, our reputation follows us through our family and our family names. So, Okinetsokwa, Nisto Anasta. What my people call me. When I go home, they don't call me Linda. I'm greeted as soon as I get out of my vehicle and they call me Naktuikanaki. Welcome home. Welcome home. And when I say that name, I hold that name with such honor. Natawikanaki, translated 7 generations on my mother's side. She's a member of the Blackfeet tribe from Montana. And that name I hold in great esteem in this generation. I will hold this name, and that name will be passed on. Natawikanaki, translated, means holy, medicine, shining woman. I am a 7th generation ceremonial herbalist. Work with different medicines, make all different kinds of plants. Right now, in my home office here, there's close to about 140 different medicines that are either in different process of drying or getting ready to travel on their way, or elders will be calling, and we've got some medicines that are heading to Colorado. Got some medicines that are going to be heading down towards the Arizona way. So that's what we mean by medicines, being an herbalist. You know, I met Miss Payton some time ago at a place in the cities, and it's an organization that's just incredible. The things that they do for the young people in the community, the things that they do with the children that are there. And we all know that our children are very, very special to us. So I had an opportunity to, when I first arrived here, I moved and I immediately started working for a place called Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center. But while we were there working with the families, another elder from Whitehurst by the name of Donna LaChapelle, we noticed that our families were really, really having a hard time. They really had a hard time dealing with trauma, understanding what that intergenerational trauma was. Why was that passed down from my grandmother or my grandfather and then down to my mom? And then why was it passed down to me in this time and in this place? We don't have to go into too in-depth about what that trauma means to our people, because we live it every day, all the time. And sometimes our lives are hard. You know, Donna one day came to me and she said, there's a lady coming. Her name is Dr. Kathy Farah. She's coming in from the Children's Hospital. And at that time I told Donna, I'm too busy. I don't have time. This won't work. What do you mean she's going to teach me how to breathe? What is that? Breathing. But Dr. Farah came in that day after work. 6 staff went in there for the very first time. It was amazing. It was amazing to learn a different type of breathing. Like right now, as you're sitting here listening to me, you're breathing through these 2 little holes. And you do that all day. Your breath is really shallow in the morning because you're moving about and it's a little bit more shallow. But as you go through your day and you're getting, maybe you're a little bit late, you gotta catch that bus, or maybe you've got to drive that car, or maybe you got to go to a meeting. Things change, your breath changes. Your breath gets a little bit more stressful. And remember, you're still breathing out of these 2 little holes all day long. All day long. And if you've got a heightened breath and you're at work and something happens, whether it could be an accident or it could be something that happens at work that's just so overwhelming that your stress level just goes off the chain. What we had to learn was we had to learn in our own ways. How can we adapt what the Center for Mind Body Medicine is teaching us? There's 12 models, and I'm going to teach you the first model, and that's meditation. And it's not one of those kind of meditations where I'm going to teach you that you're going to see fairies or you're going to, you know, you're going to close your eyes and balloons and all stars are going to, well, that's not the way meditation is. We know what meditation practice means. Our people, Gistua, Nistua, we have been meditating for thousands and thousands of years. We have not called it meditation. All of us that prepare and get ready to go into Sweat Lodge, we know what that means. We know what it means to prepare ourselves, to get ready. We wear certain cloths, certain things that women wear. Some men sweat by themselves, women sweat by themselves. Each tribe is totally different. So what I'm going to be teaching you tonight is something that we already have learned from generations and generations. How to slow our breaths down so that we're just barely breathing, just barely pushing that air out. We know that instinctively when our elders invite us to come into the lodge. And if you were coming into a Blackfoot lodge, it would be all women only. As you came in through the entrance off to the right-hand side are going to be all the elder women. And as you go around to this entrance on this side, beginner, you always go to the left. And you sit down where you're most welcome and most comfortable. And you wait. You have your towel. Maybe it's your first time being in there. Maybe it's your 10th time or your 100th time. But each time is a little bit different. Learning how to control that breath so that you lower your breath, lower it so you're almost, and your heart rate is being lowered at the same time. If you lower your heart rate, lower your breath, only breathe through your nose. While you're sitting in there, we do not breathe through our mouth unless we're going to sing. This is what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you that there's 3 different types of meditation. The first kind of meditation is what they call concentrative. And that concentrative meditation, that just means that you are to focus on awareness and focus on a particular object. I might ask you to listen to my voice. I might ask you to follow some directions. I might ask you to close your eyes if it's comfortable. The thing about these types of meditations is that it has to be welcoming. It has to be healing. And the thing that you have to remember is that Donna LaChapelle, who's an Ojibwe, myself being a Blackfoot, we took these practices and we indigenized the whole process. And what I mean by that is I'm going to give you a taste of that this evening. We added language, our languages. We added prayer. We added song. We added music. We added dance to all of it, because that's what our people do. So what I'm going to teach you right now is I want you to just get comfortable where you're sitting. I want you to, if you're sitting on a chair, I just want you to put your feet flat on the floor. Kick your shoes off if you want to. If you feel like it, you can take your glasses off or you can leave them on. Whatever comfort zone that you feel. I want you to sit back on your chair if you're comfortably sitting in the living room. Kind of feel that firmness of the back of the chair as it kind of cradles your back and holds you in place. Kind of feel that firmness of the chair underneath you. Maybe you have some cushions. Maybe you're sitting on a couch. Maybe you're reclining. Even better. We are going to do 10 baby's breaths. I'm going to teach you what you were born to do when you first arrived. In that moment of birth, you are here that fast. In that instant, you are here. But you are not breathing for yourself. You're in fluid. You're in a womb, a universe all by itself. Your gifts of hearing echo. You can hear conversations. You can hear laughter. When you are newborn, first of all, and you arrive here, right here on the top of your, right there, right in the middle, all human beings have this little soft spot. And it slowly, slowly closes up. Before it does close up, that is our connection to the Creator still. And before that, we breathe differently. If you get a chance to be around a newborn, watch them. They're going to breathe through their nose deeply. They're going to inhale. They're going to hold for a moment. They're not going to exhale, though, through their nose. They're going to slightly open their mouth, and they're going to exhale through their mouth. This is the way a newborn breathes for about the first 2 or 3 months. Sometimes we get a little worried about our babies, and some moms will actually take a mirror and put it right here to make sure there is breath. There's that precious breath of life. So today we're going to do normal breath. So as you're sitting there, just kind of breathing in and out of your nose, normal breath. You can see your nostrils kind of moving a little bit, the air coming in. Kind of circulates inside here and into your sinuses. And that's about as far as it goes. Might go up into these other sinuses, but we need to force that air into our bodies. And how we do that is we breathe like that baby. Your first breath, when you're retraining yourself, you take that first breath in, deep breath through your nose, shoulders rising, hold for a moment, exhale through your mouth. Second breath, deep, deep breath. Breathe deeply through your nose. Hold for that moment. Exhale. Your breath will be like the wind, and I'll explain why that's important to you in just a moment. Let's go into third breath. Deep breath again, just through these nostrils, breathing deeply, holding, exhaling. I'm going to show you another breath again. If you're breathing correctly, your shoulders will rise. Air will be pushed down into your stomach, and your stomach will come out like a little rubber ball. That means that you're getting air all the way down into your intestines, into the bottom of your stomach. And that's very important. take 5th breath. Deep, deep breath in. Hold for a moment. Exhale. Continue to breathe, listening to my voice. As that concentrated breath comes in through the nose, just imagine what a miracle you are. That air comes all the way to the back. That air touches this life-giving nerve called the vagus nerve. That's the wandering nerve. That air taps into that vagus nerve right back here at the bottom of your spine. What you feel is that air being forced up here. That fresh air, you force it to the frontal cortex. You're bringing all that beautiful fresh air through here to clear your mind and your thoughts. As that air comes down, you're bringing it back down right here. On both sides of your ears is your amygdala, your memory, where you keep your memories of childhood. As you grow, you create more memories. As that air continues to come down, it comes down to the back and the nape of your neck, inside of your throat, your larynx. That air is coming down. It's following that vagus nerve, and that vagus nerve follows your body. It goes and crisscrosses through your lungs, through your heart, bringing that air through your heart, lungs, bringing that air all the way down, coming down to that point where your stomach is beginning. Right about here, your air hits all your vital organs. In that simple breath of breathing in, you are touching every one of your vital organs, right down to your kidneys, your liver. The air finally goes into your intestines, finally pushes down past that stomach. It ends right there where your bowels are at, on the bottom. Your body has done that much work in that little short of time of taking that. When I say take a deep breath in, exhale. And what I want you to do is I want you to kind of concentrate somewhere in your body. There's a stiffness. Maybe it might be in your shoulder. Maybe it's been bothering you. Maybe you had a cramp in your back. Maybe you've had a headache better part of the afternoon and you just wanted to get home. Maybe your legs are aching. Maybe it's your feet. What I want you to do is I want you to begin that process of healing yourself with your breath. Myself, I have neuropathy in my left leg, and I've been building up on neuropathy in my left leg for the last couple of years. But I absolutely refuse to take any kind of medication. I exercise 3 times a week and I walk, and I use my breath. Like whenever I'm having a hard time on my leg, particularly above the knee, neuropathy affects your nerves. It affects your muscles. And you need to stretch it out. But I need to open that up. And so I take my breath, deep, deep breath in. I bring it right down there to right to my thigh. And what I'll do is I'll wrap my breath around just like a fist. And I'll grab onto that pain or that discomfort and I'll pull it out with my breath. And all I do is this. Shake it out. Because you don't need it. You get practiced at doing baby's breath. First thing in the morning when I get up early, I'm a 4 o'clock riser. I sit on the edge of my bed. It's in the dark. And I begin by breathing. and giving thanks that I've been gifted another day, that I received all of my gifts. And my greatest gift I received is my gift of life, breath. I know that I can take care of myself. I know that there's certain ways that I can heal myself by just doing breath work and breathing. If I'm really, really concentrated, that concentrated meditation it's a meditation that is carried through music, through voice. Sometimes it's the way that you project your voice and the way that you actually do this. If you're doing this in a public setting, I would most likely have you laying down all on yoga mats, facing the center with your heads. I would be sitting in the middle, guiding you as we go along, teaching you the different types of meditation. So that first one, you practice it all the time. If you're stressed, your body's going to let you know immediately. You're going to go through fight, flight, or freeze. That's just a natural reaction. It's a way of body protecting itself. So if you're in a really, really stressful situation, no matter what that is, don't worry too much. Physically, your body will know how to take care of itself. When you are in fight or flight or freeze, there's certain things that your physical self can do and cannot do. If you are in hyper arousal and you're hyper stressed, there's one thing that'll immediately happen. Your body's going to start shutting itself down to protect itself. If you ever noticed anyone and you've touched them and their hands are really cold, they're cold to the touch, very stressed. If you reach out and you touch somebody's hands, and sometimes you touch your grandma's hand and you go, oh, wow, it's so warm. I always wonders why grandmas are always so comfortable and are always so warm and soft. That's because of their level of stress level is almost non-existent, as opposed to a young one that doesn't know how to control that stress level just by breathing slowly. When you reach that point, the best thing to do is to be by yourself. Whether you're in your office, just kind of slowly turn off the light, dim the lights. Don't be thinking about what was said to you by another human being, because it's always going to be another human being. Won't be a plant that's going to come and bother you, or it's not going to be one of your fur babies, your animals. It'll always be another human being, unfortunately. But if you reach that point, you need to take care of yourself immediately. Breathe. Even if you have a chance to just put your hands down and breathe for about a good 5 breaths, really, really deep. You'll notice that you're going to be calming down. You'll be more relaxed. You're more able to handle stressful situations. When I was at MIWRC, the resource center, I ran 5 programs at one time. And one of the things that I was able to do with my employees, all 6 of them, is that they would come in and they'd be really, really stressed out because they were social workers. We did court work. We did everything for our families. But I noticed one of the first things that I would be able to do with them is that I'd ask them to come in. I want you to sit down. Turn that light off right behind you. Let's just turn this lamp on very gently. And I want you to breathe with me for a little while. And I want you to clear your mind and your thoughts. Thoughts come, let them arise. Put them up on a little cloud, let it float by. It'll come back. We'll get back to that. But learning how to help them to de-stress. They already know the answer before they even walk in the door to your office. You're just a conduit to help them to get there. So on that concentrative meditation, it's always relationship based between two human beings being able to do that. You can do the next one, which is called mindful or awareness meditation. I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know, what I'm going to do is I will do soft belly, which is the baby's breath, for the concentrative one. And for the another one, I want to get you to be really relaxed, aware of your thoughts and your feelings and sensation as they arise. For this one, what I want you to do is I want you to actually take glasses off, shoes off, everything, so that you are totally relaxed. And on this one, I want everybody to close their eyes. Listen to my voice closely. Now imagine, if you can, for all you ladies out there, or the gentlemen for that matter, I want you to imagine your dream kitchen. You are standing in your dream kitchen. Look around. Beautiful, beautiful, huge kitchen you've always wanted. Are your cabinets white? Are they dark color? Do you have a window that you can look out of as you stand there by the sink? Can you see off in the distance? Look around at that beautiful, beautiful kitchen. You have stainless steel appliances. Are they all white? Are you alone as you stand there looking around? Look off in the distance. You see this beautiful beam of light just coming into the window. That beautiful sunbeam is just kind of shining on the countertop. Makes you feel warm. Makes you feel really inviting. You want to step into that warmth. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands and just put them down on this beautiful quartz countertop. Oh, you've always wanted to have a beautiful, beautiful stone countertop, an island, a beautiful island you're standing at. Wow, it's your kitchen. Now I want you to reach off to one side. Over there you have 2 or 3 cutting boards. I want you to take one of them, bring it over here and put it right in front of you, right on the counter. And I want you to look over here, just to the left. It's this beautiful bowl. It's a ceramic bowl. It's full of lemons. And they're big, yellow. You can smell them. You reach out and you just take one of them in your hand. You hold it there for a moment. Bring it to your nose. Smell that freshness of that lemon. Oh. Smell it again. I want you to take that lemon and put it down right in front of you on that cutting board. Right onto your right hand side is a cutting tool. Don't be worried. It's safe. I want you to take that cutting tool. I want you to look at that beautiful lemon. Are you going to cut the top off or the bottom? Are you going to slice it in half? Are you going to slice it down the middle? I'm going to slice mine down the middle and into quarters. I can feel that lemon. The juice is sticky and it's sticking onto my fingers. I have a little tiny boo-boo on my finger. The lemon juice is getting in there, but I can smell it. I reach down and I take one of the pieces and I bring it up to my nose. Ah. Now I take it and I bring it to my mouth. Just slowly, very slowly, I bring it to my mouth. Take my tongue. Just kind of barely taste it. It's bitter. It's tart. But it's refreshing at the same time. Juices are running on my hands. They're running down on here onto the counter. I take my lemon and I put it back. My safe cutting piece I put over here. Over here I reach over and I take some paper towels that I already have and I wipe that stickiness off my hands. And I slowly stand there, put my hands onto my countertop. I look around at my beautiful, beautiful kitchen, one that I've always dreamed about. I slowly begin to look outside the window. I slowly begin to come back again. Slowly began to realize that I'm sitting in my chair, that I'm at home, that I'm safe, that I'm okay, that I'm back in my room. That is a mindful meditation. A mindful meditation is to reach that point where you feel that you can feel that wetness coming down your hand, or you can actually smell that lemon, or you can reach out and you can actually taste it with your tongue, and it tastes bitter. If you say these mindful meditations slowly, the way that they're supposed to be said, a lot of meditations, they go so fast. But meditations, we're teaching you how to use this mind. I want to teach you how to go to a good place when you need to go there. We all need to go there. We all have that place. Someplace, special place. My place. When I think about where I'm going to go, doesn't matter what age I am, as a young teenager, as a young mom, even now as a grandma, and hopefully down the line as a great grandma. When I think about that last type of meditation, very, very expressive meditation. Expressive meditation can be done in many, many different ways. But what I want to do is that when Peyton was talking earlier And we're alone so much. And we're by ourselves. And sometimes we're working from home. Or sometimes it's just us and our children. And then someone has gone off to work. But we get very, very lonely during these times of COVID, when you can't see another human being except for the human beings that are living in your little bubble. We've learned to call that COVID our safe bubble. And my safe bubble is just myself and my husband outside. And each one of us, we have that need and that desire and that drive for human connection. And the reason why is because that's how we were created. We, as human beings, we have a lot of responsibilities that we put upon ourselves. But in the real realm of things, we have very few real responsibilities. Our greatest responsibility while we're here is to connect with other human beings. Visiting, talking, singing, being together. But there are times when you just feel overwhelming loneliness. And sometimes your house can be completely packed with people. And you still feel this overwhelming feeling of loneliness, that desire to be around some place that belongs just to you. I want to bring you into this last place. Remember that it belongs to you. I don't know where you're going. I don't know how you're going to get there. I don't even know how you're going to get back. But I know how to guide you there. And I do know that at any moment in your day, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, or if you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel that sense of loneliness, of being alone, what I want you to do right now is just get really comfortable, relax, close your eyes, listen to my voice, breathing in, breathing out, slowly, steady breaths, deep, deep, deep breaths in, breath out, exhale. Thought comes, let the thoughts arrive. If they're important, they'll arrive again. And I want you to begin to concentrate as you begin to realize where you're at. Is it daytime? Is it evening? Is it nighttime? Are the stars filling the skies? Can you see over the horizon in long, long ways? Is the sun going down or is it coming up? What time of the day is it? Morning, noon, or night? Look around. Where are you? Are you in the forest? Soft moss, beautiful trees, the sound of silence. Are you by the lake? Looking out in the distance as the water rolls in, powerful, strong, as it hits the shore. Can you feel any of that mist in the air? Are you by a river? Are you sitting down, standing up? If you're by that river, is it swift? Is it lazy and slow? Now I want you to concentrate on yourself. What are you wearing? Who are you? Are you male? Female? Are you young? Are you old? Look down at your feet. Are they bare feet? See your toes? Are you wearing shoes? What kind of shoes? What are you wearing? What are you covering with your body? Are you wearing a billowing, beautiful skirt that's just kind of flowing with the wind as you stand there, looking off into the distance? Know that this is a place that you can go to at any time. You can take yourself there. Whether you're standing by the ocean, watching the surfers against the jetties and the rocks. Maybe you're driving down the coast highway. Beautiful. Maybe you're on the East Coast. Maybe you're picking clams. Maybe you're with some distant relatives in a distant city. Wherever you're at, that is your special place. When I breathe and I think about my place, I'm standing on small pebbles and my feet are sinking in. I'm looking off in the distance at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lake. It's aqua blue. It's so blue, you can see the bottom of the lake. You can see the colors of the stones. And if I look off way in the distance across the lake, where the three mountains, the three sisters meet, they have glaciers on them. And when they melt, they fill this lake with such ice cold water. It's like Lake Superior. You can barely put your hand in there or your foot in there. Your toe will be very cold. But in the distance, I can see that I know that what I see is across. I'm in Canada. I'm home. I'm with my people. I'm in the Rocky Mountains. And I look off in the distance and I can see the United States. I'm at Waterton Lakes. I'm home with my people. I'm with my sisters. And we're just finishing up a nice little lunch along the lake. And we're gonna go pick medicines. And those medicines I'll bring home. That is my special place. I've been going to that place for nigh on 50 years now. And I can guarantee you that every single July, when you think about Grandma Linda, she will be home and she will be by that lake and she will pray and she will take tobacco and she will think about all of you and she'll go to the shore of that lake and she'll take that asema like she's taught by her Ojibwe relatives and family to pray for them and their children and their old ones. Pray for long life and good life for them, because that's all we can do. I want to thank you guys for inviting me back. I really enjoy teaching. I really enjoy bringing you to another place completely. Find what that special place is. And remember, Grandma Linda told you, you can go there at any time. You don't need anybody's permission to go there. Mm-mm. Thank you, Peyton.
Thank you much, Linda. That was I know like sometimes when people do meditation that they feel tired because sometimes whenever you're doing that and you're really checking in with your body and with your mind, that you realize how tired you actually are. And so when you were leading those meditations, I was just kind of afterwards, I was stretching a little bit and I was yawning, and it's like, wow, my body's tired. It's telling me that I need to rest. And so I appreciate when you lead those because it just kind of allows me time to check in with myself. So
I love the live ones when we're doing it with the young ones and they can actually lay down. Makes a huge, huge difference also too. So, but I enjoyed myself.
Me too. Did anybody have any questions or comments or anything like that for Linda? I thought you did awesome, Linda. It was really nice to understand like the different types of guided their meditations too, like how they're, people are just like, oh, meditate, but it was interesting to have them broken down into different categories. So that was cool.
Like, I think one we didn't do is we didn't do the expressive one. Expressive one is where you do dance.
Oh.
And you do music and you add music to it. So if we did an expressive meditation, I would probably have everybody in a big, huge circle. And it's not a contest or a dance contest or anything like that. No, everybody's eyes are closed. If you're uncomfortable, you'll sit and hold on to a chair, as I do that with elders too. But expressive one is a little bit different. You're going to, the first 4 minutes, you're going to just bounce like a rubber ball. They'll play music that makes it sound like you're bouncing like a rubber ball. And you want to get your body just really, really moving. And then just complete quiet, silence for about 2 minutes. And then you play music and you get them to dance, to express themselves. And they're all over the room. Especially when they do powwow music, hey? Oh, wow, kids love that. They're all over the place.
What was I going to say? A reminder for people for upcoming events. So on Monday at 9 a.m., there's going to be a Healthy Heart Conference. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about the connection between mental health and heart health. And so we'll probably do a little bit of a guided meditation in that as well. There's also a few different speakers. It starts at 9. And let me see if I can find the link. Squidge, did you have anything else you wanted to say about that?
No, so it's like Peyton said, we have a Healthy Heart Conference going on at 9. We have some presentations and presenters. Peyton will be doing a presentation. I'll be doing a presentation on exercise. Becca Adams, our nutrition lady, will be doing a presentation on healthy heart foods, traditional foods that align with healthy heart. Then we have a heart specialist. She's going to talk about, how the heart works. And we also have one of our local providers too, but he's going to be doing a presentation on the heart. And it's going to be about 9 to about noon.
Awesome. So
I just wanted to say, Miigwech Nita Nikawa for that. There was some good stuff there. So I know you said when you're breathing, you breathe, you send your breath down and grab that stuff out of your knee and you shake it out. So like myself, I have a autoimmune disease and it happens to be in my sinuses. So I was wondering if you so it's kind of like for the most part, it kind of feels like I have a clogged nose most of the time. I know you're talking about breathing through the nose, and so I was wondering if you had any advice.
Did you have any difficulty while you were trying to breathe like baby's breath?
No, it was okay, but it is kind of it was a little struggle.
Okay. Did you run shorter breaths?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you just shorten your breath down a little bit instead of taking like a long breath in. You'll just breathe in, hold for a moment. That's what I do with elders, especially with elders that have like COPD or they have breathing problems. Then their breath needs to be a little bit more shallower by just breathing it in, holding for a moment, and then exhaling through your breath. But I also give medicines too. So that's another thing that we do also with medicines.
Just that Nistawa means like slow breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm.
So I know there was some comments in the chat there, Peyton. I think.
For the winter storytelling.
Oh no, just like Shannon Giesen, who just said she just said
Oh,
that was amazing, Miigwech.
Shannon did say that. Shannon was thanking you, Linda, for she said that was an amazing thing. And she also said that there's a winter storytelling event at 7 p.m. with Pay Bomb Beneath.
Oh, that's right.
She said, a reminder. So check out the chat for that. But yeah, I really appreciate you, Linda. And I'll remove you here, Squish. You don't have to be on there.
There's so many good things going on. So
No, everyone's
yeah.
doing a lot of good things. One other thing that I wanted to promote is we're going to be doing a tobacco pouch making next month. And so I'm going to be sending out a link for that next week. That one does require registration because we're going to provide all the materials. So we'll give you like all the leather and tobacco and everyone needs. So stay tuned for that. I'll send it out on the email listservs and stuff like that. But just to round it out, wanted to thank you again, Linda. It's always nice to share space with you. So thanks.
Sure. Anytime. Good night. Night, everybody.
Right. Thank you, Miigwech.